Welcome to John's Comics with Kids. I'm John, and I have a wild movie haul that you gotta see. That's right, I bought a ton of movies and Blu-rays and DVDs, and you will not believe it. I spent a little bit more than I probably wanted to spend. I got some really great deals though, and I'm really excited to share them with you. Now, this all started because of a friend, Comic Books NYC and Carlito Classico. We all hung out together on a live stream discussing physical media, which of course, as comic collectors, is all the stuff that we collect. And on that show, it really brought to my mind the idea that I had been really neglecting one of my loves, which is movies, specifically DVDs and Blu-rays of some of my all-time favorites. I have quite a collection. In fact, I would argue that it might be on par with my comic book collection. It's just I have sort of neglected it the last few years as I've gotten back into collecting comics. That changed yesterday. In a chat with the three of us on Instagram, the idea of this store called Book Off came up because apparently it's a very popular chain across the US that I had never really heard of before. And I decided to see if there were any in my area. I found one 30 minutes away, and I finally made the trip over there to check it out. As you can see, they have a ton of DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, all that kind of stuff, but they also have pops, video games, graphic novels, manga, books. I mean, they just have a ton of stuff. I could only spend an hour. I really didn't have that much time, but I really went through the deals because they had DVDs for $2.50. They had Blu-rays for $5. They had all kinds of great deals, and I kind of want to show you what I picked and why I picked it. So let's take a look. First up, I only got one comic at all in the whole place. I looked through their graphic novels. There was a bunch of great stuff, but the only one that really caught my eye was this edition of Days of Future Past, Claremont and Byrne Greatness. It collects several issues from Uncanny X-Men and compiles them all into a really easy to read graphic novel. I'm going to read this again, even though I've read it many times, and then I'll probably use this as a giveaway item at some point down the road, but what a great, great collected set. Next up are 3 DVDs that I really bought for my daughters because they had watched these movies a ton. The discs had started to scratch up. We have a portable DVD player that we use in our car, and it's nice to have these things when we're traveling long distances, like we drove to Utah and you're stuck in the car for more than 9 hours. Something to entertain is always really great. The girls love How to Train Your Dragon. Great series. If you haven't read the books as well, very entertaining for your kids. They had a Blu-ray DVD combo. This was, I think, $5 for both. I couldn't say no, and it's a great way to get a nicer, newer copy that the girls can watch. I also snagged Wall-E, which is a movie I love, and the original slip sleeve for the DVD, it just was all cardboard, and it scratched the disc up like crazy. This was an awesome way to get the DVD and the Blu-ray, so the girls have both, and when in the car, they can enjoy that. Again, I think that was $5. The last one we got was Wallace and Gromit. I love these claymation series. If you haven't watched any of the Wallace and Gromit shorts, there's so many great ones. This is their feature film, and I think it's just an absolute masterpiece. Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Really, really well done. Hilarious. I think I paid $2.50 for this new disc because the girls have just worn out the original one that they had for so long. So 3 great movies for the girls to enjoy. And again, $2 to $5 a pop. I only got one TV show, and they had a collected set for $30 on DVD, which I think is amazing. It's Justified, Timothy Olyphant, a really, really fantastic show. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend if you can find it streaming somewhere. But some of those, I can't possibly follow all the streaming sites, so you definitely have chances where you're going to miss out on something. This is a 6-season show. It's got all the discs for all the seasons. It even has this little cardboard piece to keep the discs from sliding around on the spindle where they're all collected there. Really just a great show. If you like a good crime series, this is something for you. And Timothy Olyphant just being an absolute badass. So, recommend Justified. As some of you know, I tend to talk movies on my YouTube channel from time to time. And the friends I talk with, Dan Comic Chop News, Fire Guy Ryan, Bearded Comic Bro, Carlito Classico. These guys love their movies too. We are looking ahead at the end of this month, maybe beginning of February, talking about the great filmmaker Michael Mann and some of his amazing movies. While I was there, I saw a couple of great DVDs, $2.50, and I ended up getting Ali and I got Collateral, movies that I really like, but I don't own at this point. And for $2.50, this is a great opportunity to revisit these movies before we talk about them. So get ready for that. Bearded Comic Bro is going to be happy with this pick. I got Batman Forever in a Blu-ray. This was $2.50 as well. What a great deal. Really great high-resolution copy of this movie. So if I ever decide I'm not going to have HBO, I'm not going to watch it, I'll still be able to enjoy a movie that I think is a lot of fun. Not necessarily the greatest Batman movie by any stretch, and certainly I would love to see a better version of Two-Face at some point, but this is a lot of fun, and I really do enjoy Batman Forever. So there it is, a nice Blu-ray copy. The next movie I already own in a DVD. I bought it a long time ago, but I've never had a nice Blu-ray of the original Mad Max. Classic movie. I love this old movie poster style cover here, but what a great series of movies, and I had never had a nice high-resolution copy, so I saw this for, I think it was $5. I had to say yes to that, so there it is, Mad Max. Now here's where this deal got really, really great, in my opinion. The next few movies, these last few 11 films here, all of them also had functioning digital codes. And what that means is you can load apps on your Roku or your phone or your iPad for things like Movies Anywhere or what have you, and download a digital version, load it on there, and be able to stream it anywhere you have Wi-Fi. So the ability to load these digital coded versions, and I can still stream them, means I don't have to worry about, oh, I don't have access because I don't have Netflix or I don't have Amazon Prime or what have you. I can avoid all of that because now I have digital codes for all these movies. Again, great deals. Let's start with the Die Hard movie collection, all 5 movies. I don't love all 5, but for 20 bucks, I got all 5 movies. They all are Blu-ray, and they're all with digital codes. So I loaded all 5 of them. Now I can stream them, or I can play the discs however I want to do it. All 5 movies. I mean, that was a pretty big no-brainer. Now, I don't have to worry about when Christmas comes around and I want to watch my favorite holiday movie. I don't want to worry about missing out because, oh, it's only on HBO or Hulu or whatever. I can just stream it. So I'm good to go now. This next one is a movie that I got because the deal was too good to pass. For $3, I got a DVD, I got a Blu-ray, and I got a digital code of this movie, which basically means I got each one of those for $1. If you want to rent this movie on Amazon, it probably costs $4 just to rent it. But this is Jurassic World, the original film in the new trilogy that they did. I don't love this movie, but I think it's fun enough that to have it and be able to stream it, or the girls can watch it in the car for $2.99. I could not resist that deal. So there it is, Jurassic World. I don't often buy movies that I've never seen, but I couldn't resist this deal either. I think it was $5 or $7. I got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino's new movie. I got a DVD, I got a Blu-ray, and I got a digital code. I don't need to worry about where this movie is streaming anymore. I can totally check it out and rewatch it if I choose. I'm not an insane Tarantino fan, but I do know he just does a great job with actors who are as talented as these 3 on the cover, and I just generally enjoy dialogue in his movies. So I'm looking forward to trying this one out. If you've seen it, let me know what you think. Another great deal on this one for $5. I got a DVD, I got a Blu-ray, and I got a digital code. I love these movies. This is Mission Impossible #6, the Fallout film. I just really like the Mission Impossible films. I like Tom Cruise as an actor. I think he does a great job. He knows what people want to see when they come to see his movies, and this is a great example of that. Lots of action, lots of stunts, lots of cool things to see on the screen. And for $5, I'm not going to say no to that. I have all the other films already. I already owned all of those. I was waiting for a good deal on this one, and this was the perfect time to do it. These last 3 are classic crime films, and they were basically $6 a pop, and I got the movie, plus I got a digital code, and this one came with a DVD and a 4K. This is The Untouchables, the Brian De Palma classic. Kevin Costner, Robert De Niro, Sean Connery winning the Oscar, Andy Garcia. This is just a really great all-around movie. One of those iconic films of the heyday of gangster kind of films. This is just a really, really great movie. So yeah, now I can stream it. Now I can watch it, whatever I want. All the discs right in here. These last 2 I had been looking for a little while because I wanted to upgrade my old DVDs. I've had the discs from this series for a really long time, never really upgraded to a nicer quality. I got Blu-rays and I got streaming versions of The Godfather 1 and 2. So I'm very, very excited about these. I've already loaded the digital codes for all these, totally worked. So they're already set to be streaming, but then I can also just throw the discs in. If I lose internet or I don't have internet for a day or whatever, I can still watch them on the DVDs or the Blu-rays. So very pumped on having the Godfather back in the collection. I couldn't find Godfather 3. Not too heartbroken about that. I still have my DVD of that, so I can still throw that in from time to time if I need it. You might be asking yourself, why are you buying this? This is a dead medium. And I can get what you're saying. I understand the theory behind I don't want to have all this stuff cluttering me up in my house. Personally, I don't really like having to deal with what streaming service do I want to subscribe to and can I find the movie I want when I want to see it, or having to pay $4 or $5 just to rent it or watch it through Amazon or whatever. That stuff frustrates me. So I prefer to actually own the disc and be able to just put in the movie when I want to watch it if I have the desire and can't find it streaming anywhere. This series that we're going to be doing, looking at great filmmakers, when I looked through all the different ways I could watch great Michael Mann movies, I was reminded of the fact that you would need 7 or 8 streaming services just to watch 3/4 of his movies. And then there were still 3 or 4 that weren't streaming anywhere. This is the challenge of the streaming era, and I think physical media still has its place. And I have definitely been a big proponent of and collector of physical media, whether that's DVDs. I still have a VHS player and some VHS movies. So I am definitely a fan of collecting in any form. So that's it. That's my haul. 18 films, 11 digital download codes, 1 graphic novel, and 6 seasons of Justified, and I spent about $150 getting all that stuff. I thought I made out like a bandit. In the end, I think it was in the neighborhood of $8 to $5 per disc, and that doesn't include the TV series and those 6 seasons, which have a ton of discs. I think I got away with a really good deal, and I'm definitely going to go back to Book Off again at some point. I know my daughter Charlie was very frustrated when she saw what I came back with because she had no idea what I was going to find there, and I think she would like to go next time, so I'll probably sneak her along when I go. If you have a Book Off near you, give it a try, check it out. You might find a graphic novel that you want or a really great hardcover. I didn't see any omnis, but they might have some at different versions at different stores. Let me know if you've ever heard of Book Off. Leave me a comment below of what you find, and I'll hopefully share again with you guys here soon. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Those of you that have been doing that lately on my channel know that I mentioned at the beginning of December that I was going to be doing a giveaway for people who left comments on my videos. So I've been tabulating all the people from that video now to this one who've been leaving those comments. And I'm going to do a live stream probably this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, giving away a few things to those awesome folks here in December to finish out 2022 that left comments on my videos, because I really do appreciate it. I'm not really one to do pushes to try to get to another plateau in YouTube. I'm happy right where I am, but I just want to reward those of you that stick around and take the time to watch, comment, and meet up with me whenever we're across the country somewhere. I'm going to be in Orlando for MegaCon at the end of March and the beginning of April. So hopefully, if you're there at that time, hit me up. I'd love to see you and have a chat about comics or movies or whatever. So leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys this weekend.